here like this. Matter of fact, they even saying my house can collapse on me at any given time.
And that is frightening. This Portland man's home under attack by a tree that's growing in a lot of local neighborhoods. His situation going from bad to worse. This is after he thought he did the right thing to get rid of this invasive species.
I have been tracking Reggie Williams' nightmare for several years, and his situation with the tree of heaven is a warning to other homeowners, and now is the time of year to do something about it.
Spider webs all the way up here.
We first told you about Reggie Williams' Northeast Portland home in 2019.
The cracks run all the way to the back.
The foundation under attack.
When the engineer got to this, she said she's seen enough.
According to the original engineer's report, 2 foundation walls had cracking that is likely causing the structure to become unstable. The engineer said it was this tree of heaven between Reggie's house and the neighbors.
This right here.
What is that?
It's a root.
That is a root, isn't it?
It is a root.
It's huge.
The size of another tree.
Look at these pictures in the engineer's report, and you can see the massive tree of heaven root. One estimate shows the damage to his home would cost $36,000 to $38,000 to repair. Reggie's neighbor did not follow through on this permit they got to cut the tree down. So Reggie filed a lawsuit and cut the roots to protect his house.
That's the root where I cut it.
But then the city said that made the tree dangerous and ordered Reggie to take the tree down, which he paid an arborist to do 2 years ago.
The tree was approximately right here.
Since then, the situation got even worse.
The roots are still growing and yet damaging my house.
But the tree's gone.
Well, with that species of tree, this tree of heaven, from what I gathered, you could cut that tree and it'll still keep growing, the roots. So I guess that's what's going on.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what I'm going through, a bunch of crazy.
A new arborist report from July says it is possible that roots from the now removed tree could be growing and expanding below and around the slab foundation, causing it to crack. In February, an engineer said the cement slab floor in Reggie's basement is bulging because of roots growing underneath.
Those are fresh cracks, man. They forming all out through my basement floor.
Last year, Reggie got a new estimate to fix his foundation, more than $129,000. And in February, the original contractor who said it would cost up to $38,000 to fix Reggie's foundation took another look and came back with worse news, much worse, writing, "The various repairs required to make the home whole again are too many and too expensive to salvage. My recommendation would be to raise the house and remove all tree roots from the lot before rebuilding." What is your frustration level?
Oh, look here. When it comes to frustration, I'm on medication. I'm going through counseling behind this. This says, I never thought this would ever happen to me. This should never happen to anybody in America.
So Reggie does have homeowners insurance, but I confirm with the Oregon Division of Financial Regulation that insurance doesn't cover something like this. So for anyone who wants to help Reggie, there is a GoFundMe page. We have a link for that at coin.com. As far as what you should do if you have a tree of heaven or other non-native species on your property that can cause problems, identifying it is the first step.
At the base of each leaf, there are these glands. And these glands are a really good indicator.
So experts say now is the time of year that you may need to poison it because the sap is moving towards the roots, carrying nutrients for the winter, and the sap will carry the poison to the roots.
We get calls all the time from landowners who have either cut it down or their neighbor cut it down, and then they have sprouts coming up all over their yard. The roots will actually have new sprouts coming up for years afterward. So you do really need to have a professional get rid of it the correct way. You can't just cut it down.
Some people may not like the idea of using poison, but I'm told with some invasive species, there isn't much other choice. Experts caution everybody's situation on their property is different. There are a lot of trees that cause problems, and there are noxious weed and soil conservation districts you can call to get advice, and we have links for those at coin.com as well.